move a little faster. Your frequency is increasing. And tell me when you've drank a little bit more water.
Humming.
Ah, you hear the humming, huh?
Vibrating.
You think that humming or that vibrating is you?
Them.
Ah, it's them. Very nicely. And how does it feel to feel that vibration?
I feel it all through my body.
Very nicely. And that you started feeling that after you drank that water?
I could hear them better.
Oh, very nicely. And now let them go ahead and give you that message nice and clear.
Learn my vibration. I can change according to higher or lower and communicate.
And would they like you to raise your vibration more consistently so you can communicate with them more and now have a better understanding of what they're trying to tell you?
So if I raise it, I'll be able to communicate with them.
And how are they connected to you?
They came to the earth.
And are you one of them?
Keeper.
Ah, you're a keeper. And keeper of?
Secrets.
And do you have their secrets?
I know their secrets.
Ah, very good. And are you meant to share those secrets at any point in time?
I said I forgot.
And is it time for you to remember those secrets?
I said, yep.
And then what are you to do with those secrets after you remember them?
Power.
It gives you power?
It will protect me.
Ah, very good. And do you need to be protected for any reason?
Yeah.
And what would you need to be protected against, or why would you need to be protected?
The war.
The war for Earth?
Yeah.
Between the dark and the light?
Yeah.
Ah, very good. Which is a war. Of course, the light will always win and will win, but you're going to be involved in that, huh?
Yeah.
And not like you're fighting or having to kill anyone, but more like just keeping your vibration very high.
Spiritual warrior.
Ah, very good. Very, very good. And is that why you've come to the planet Earth? They know.
They said I like the rocks.
You like the rocks on the earth and that's what made you come?
I was attracted to them.
Ah, very good. And what is your, what's your affinity for rocks? Where does that stem from?
That's where they hide.
Ah, that's where the crystal beings hide?
Mm-hmm.
And are the crystal beings in their physical form, are they crystal rocks?
They're little light beings.
Ah, very good.
In the crystals.
Very, very good. And what have they always been here on the earth?
They been here early.
Millions of years ago?
Yeah. When it was a nice place.
Ah, beautiful. Are they familiar with Hank?
Are you familiar with Hank? Vibration.
They're familiar with my vibration?
Tune in to their channel.
Oh, very good. And was it meant for us to come together to tap you into their frequency?
Channel crystal.
Oh, very nicely. Is that why you have all those crystals? Because ask them, does any of those crystal beings live in within any of the crystals that you have?
Yes.
Ah, they do. Very good. And is this why the animals are so drawn to you and your communication with them is so spot on?
Better lately. Tuned up.
Is that because the vibration of the planet is raising?
And mine.
And yours. Very good. And now you've been here 4 times. Have you only been to the planet 4 times? They know.
Not from here.
Ah, you're not originally from here. Are you a crystal being as well as a keeper of the crystal beings?
Mm-hmm.
And so were you one of the ones who decided to physically manifest?
Yeah.
And what was the reason behind that? They'll tell you. They'll remind
Protector.
you. As a protector. Very.
They went away into the rocks.
Ah.
So I had to be outside of the rock to protect them.
Ah, very good. And so that means that's why you're the keeper of the rocks, because you protect them. Ask them, is there at any point within the ascension process going on the planet to where they'll be able to come back out of the rocks and be themselves, their normal?
Yes.
Do they foresee that happening anytime soon?
Yes.
Within the next, is there a time frame that they feel their vibration will get high enough?
When it reaches the same frequency, they'll come back out.
Ah, very good. And then everyone will be able to see them then, huh?
Oh, yeah. But that's not good.
And why isn't that good? It may not be good right now, but what about when the vibration rises? How will it be?
Then they'll meet the Thunderbird.
And who is the Thunderbird?
A magnificent creature from
Ah.
our planet,
From what planet?
from our light planet.
Ah, beautiful. And what is the Thunderbird significance to the crystal beings?
Thunderbird's protector too.
Ah, good. And does he think that he'll have to come back to protect them after the vibration gets higher? Or will there be more harmony?
Thunderbird's not coming to help.
What does the Thunderbird come to do?
Destroy.
And what does it come to destroy?
Evil.
Ah, so when the Thunderbird makes it here, anyone not holding the right vibration?
Not just the flap of the wing.
And will they just leave their physical bodies and go to another planet that has the right vibration for them?
Their energy will go up. They'll find different vessels to go into.
ones that can handle the lower vibration that they're maintaining. Would that be correct?
Well, if the Thunderbird gets them, they will no longer have a low vibration. They'll be free.
Oh, very good. And then can they manifest back on the planet in a physical body?
Yeah.
Oh, very good. So the Thunderbird is sort of will be cleaning house then, huh?
Oh, yeah.
And how would you describe the Thunderbird if it was physically manifesting?
Light, sun, beautiful, wingspan enormous.
Amazing. And are there more than one Thunderbird, or is there just the one Thunderbird?
It's a set
Ah, so there's two.
of different locations to be safe.
And so, as that pinnacle point in this ascension process where what I guess we snap from third to fifth dimension, they're going to be harbingers, or they'll be the ones helping that process happen.
Mm-hmm.
And what draws them out the most? What will draw them out the quickest, or what is drawing them out?
They'll only come back when the world's in harmonic balance. And when that gets ready to happen, then they come out and make it so.
Ah, very good. And ask them, do they foresee that happening in your lifetime, since all of these things are happening and you're so drawn to them and these greater truths now?
Will it happen in my lifetime? I always had a lifetime.
But the physical life that you are as Tracy McLean, will it happen in the lifetime of the aspect of
Yes.
Oh, very good. And do they foresee it happening within the next 2 years? They're saying 2017, and maybe even sooner, because the vibration is raising so incredibly higher so fast.
Some people will be ready, but not enough energy.
Not enough energy to bring them out, or not enough energy to...
Not in 2 years. Not in 2 years.
And that's what they're feeling right now in this moment of now, but that could change, yes?
They already know the future. Not in 2 years.
So they're saying that not in 2 years will, I guess that would, when they're going to come, that means everybody on the planet will have to be in the right vibration. Is that it?
Light beings are already here.
Understood. Now, so is Hank one of those light beings? Even though we already know, I still like to ask.
Hank turns up the frequency.
Is he turning up the frequency now?
Yes.
Is there one point where he's going to like go into overdrive and start driving the frequency higher?
Yes.
When do they foresee that may be happening?
I said when you learn their song.
When I learn their song?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now, I've been getting lots of songs. What's their song?
All harmonic.
Ah, their harmonics. So has Hank forgotten that song?
Didn't learn all the song.
Oh, okay. And do they work with Hank at all?
Mm-hmm.
What do they know about Hank?
They live on your chest.
They live on my chest? Is that what they said? So are they my gatekeepers keeping my heart open?
They're like the crystal on your chest.
Oh, they like the crystal on my chest.
So, it lives there.
Say it again?
Lives in there.
Oh, they live in my motorbike. Now, this is the Thunderbirds live in my...
No, light beings.
Light beings live in my... How many?
2.
Ah, that's interesting. 2 light beings live in my motorbike. And how did they come to be in this particular crystal on my neck?
They're in all crystals.
Now, this crystal was a crystal that was a meteorite that fell to the earth. Very nicely. Well, I was saying there's also 2 extraterrestrials that are always with Hank all the time. Or with, am I mistaking them for extraterrestrials as opposed to extra dimensionals?
Light beings?
Light beings. Ah, very good. Because Hank said he was told that he was Aeon, the original light that helped create this planet. Are they familiar with Hank at all?
The elders. Not from here.
Which elders are we speaking of?
The original.
I know, they say we're from somewhere from far, far away.
Yeah.
Is that my clan?
Yeah.
Very good. And how many languages can Tracy speak and read? Or how many has she been able to speak and read in her incarnations here on this planet?
Yeah.
And so, that's as those are the languages that she gathered from her 4 lives here, or are there other languages that she speaks that we wouldn't normally speak as language, like when she speaks to animals?
There's an inaudible language.
How many inaudible languages?
3.
You know, she can speak 3 inaudible languages. And what are the other type of languages?
Human.
Very good. From different races?
Mm-hmm.
And how did she learn all these languages?
Travel.
Very good. And she's obviously has forgotten these languages, but it's in her memory, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Very good. And at one time, as the vibration rises on the planet, will she remember all of those languages?
Mm-hmm.
Very good. And I know she's going to remember all those languages before, you know, that final bell when everything switches to the higher frequency. Can you tell, can they foresee how long it'll be before those memories start coming, the memories of those languages come back to you?
Every day.
Very
More
good.
revealed.
We tend to ask questions that are with time frames. We don't really expect any particular date in particular, but we always want to know if it's at least in our lifetime. They don't have any problem answering that, do they?
No.
Oh, very good. And these light beings, they're constantly around Tracy all the time as well?
Mm-hmm.
And who was the entity visiting me on Van Dyke? Or visiting you on Van Dyke? Do they know?
That's it. Bad. Nosy entity.
A dark, low vibrational entity then?
Got attracted by my light.
And is the vibration on the planet so too high for them to have interaction with you anymore?
No.
So they're still, and so why are they still around you now?
No. Learned how to close the gate.
Oh, very nicely. So that was something of the past and it's now nothing to be concerned with?
No.
Very good. And why does she have such an affinity for animals and nature?
Spirit guides.
Are they her spirit guides?
Some. Others, old relatives.
Ah, understood. Very nicely. And of all these spirit, these crystal beings and light beings, are any of them what we consider extraterrestrial? As opposed to being extra dimensional, which we know you're already multi-dimensional, but are any of them physically manifest as extraterrestrials from other planets?
They can appear that way. Light beings can appear in any shape or form.
Ah, very good. And this is a question she didn't ask, but I was curious. And like the Pyramid of Egypt and those great stones, is crystal the only type of stones that they live in, or are there energy entities in those stones as well?
There's energy in all stones. They just prefer to stay in crystal.
Understood. And if we were thinking of traditional Chinese medicine, would they be that qi, the energy that exists in all living things?
They are their own energy.
Ah, beautiful.
They enhance other living things.
Ah, beautiful. Very good. And has Hank and Tracy had any other lifetimes other than on this planet before? Are we
No, but they speak the same language.
Very good. Very, very good. Well, there was a UFO that you saw for several minutes on Van Dyke. Van Dyke is a street, I guess?
Mm-hmm.
Understood. Who was in that UFO that you guys saw?
Baby plane. 3.
Say that again loud and clear.
3 baby planes.
3 baby planes? So were those higher dimensional extraterrestrials or were those man-made?
Don't know. Don't know if they were recharging water.
Oh, so they were here on the mission then.
I live by the beach.
And what does it mean by 3 babies?
They're doing scouting for the mother plane.
Ah, understood. So there were 3. So were they formed like a triangle or something?
Yeah, and they just hovered above my house in the sky.
And what drew them above your house?
I don't know. I looked out the window and saw them. And they saw me saw them, and they just hung straight above, and I just looked. And I tried to get a camera, but it didn't work.
Very good. Now ask the light entities. They'll tell you. They have more information about that particular subject. Go ahead and ask them who was in that UFO.
Scientists.
Ah, very good. And what were those scientists doing? Were they drawn to you or to your energy signature?
They wanted me to know they were there.
Oh, very nice. And the reason behind that would be?
Opened a lot of doors through astral projection.
So, basically, if you had a desire to, you could have been able to astral project up to the ship and greet them. Is that correct?
Evil entity was around.
Ah, there was something dark that was around. So is that evil entity keeping you from bilocating or
Attracted by my light.
okay? But your light is a pure, loving, unconditionally loving light, is it not?
They wanted my light.
But they don't have the power to give that light to you or take it away from you.
They didn't want to hurt me.
You know how to send that darkness or that packing, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Very good. And so you say, when I ask you, was it possible for you to bilocate up to that ship? And you said that the dark entity was around. Is that why you, I mean, not that you thought to do it in that moment, but as you're thinking about it right now, were you aware while you were watching the ship that there was something dark around you?
Mm-hmm.
But yet you didn't have any fear from seeing the ship, did you?
No, fascinated.
And the scientists weren't, where did those scientists come from? The particular ones on that
Earth.
ship? Where?
Earth.
Ah, so those were man-made ships then.
25,000 years ago.
Ah, very good. And so that means those scientists are here on the planet. Are they living underground or under sea?
In the air.
Ah, very good.
They
So
have to get water.
ah, so they're
every
just
now and then.
phased out, right? And is there a lake or a body of water over by Van Dyke?
Ocean.
Ah, and where is Van Dyke?
San Diego.
Understood. Now that makes sense. Very, very good. So you just happen to be privy to see them.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty then.
One came
And have
not
you
long ago.
and where you saw it, was that here in Akron?
Came to my brother's house.
And did you have an opportunity to see it out there?
He did. He took a picture and sent it to me.
Ah, very nice.
I have it.
And ask them, who was that in that ship?
What was that? Not baby plane.
So who was it then?
Dark.
So there was a dark, so that means...
Dark energy.
Dark energy. So we're learning that the dark energy is from our shadow government here in the United States of America. Because what I heard, I've heard Hank, I'm speaking here, that the planet was on quarantine from dark entities being allowed to come in and do things. Well, how was that possible, that a dark entity was over his home or where he lives?
They're not reined in. Not yet.
They're not what it?
Reined in.
So all of them aren't reined in, is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
And what were they doing over his house or attempting to do?
I don't know. They were
What does the light being say? Ask them.
spying.
Ah. And who were they spying on?
My brother's property.
And what's significant about your brother and his property?
Used to belong to my grandparents.
And that
and their grandparents.
And does he hold a very high vibration?
Yeah.
And so, what do they think that he would be doing in order for them to have to spy and watch him?
Trying to turn.
Oh, trying to turn him?
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty desperate. And move a little faster. Your frequency is increasing. And tell me when you've drank a little bit more water.
Humming.
Ah, you hear the humming, huh?
Vibrating.
You think that humming or that vibrating is you?
Them.
Ah, it's them. Very nicely. And how does it feel to feel that vibration?
I feel it all through my body.
Very nicely. And that you started feeling that after you drank that water?
I could hear them better.
Oh, very nicely. And now at any point in time,
I said I forgot.
and is it time for you to remember those secrets?
I said, yep.
And then what are you to do with those secrets after you remember them?
Power.
It gives you power?
It will protect me.
Ah, very good. And do you need to be protected for any reason?
Yeah.
And what would you need to be protected against, or why would you need to be protected?
The war.
The war for Earth?
Said if I raise it, I'll be able to communicate with everything.
And how are they connected to you?
They came to the earth.
And are you one of them?
Keeper.
Ah, you're a keeper. And keeper of?
Secrets.
And do you have their secrets?
I know their secrets.
Ah, very good. And are you meant to share those secrets at
Yeah.
between the dark and the light?
Yeah.
Ah, very good. Which is a war. Of course, the light will always win and will win, but you're going to be involved in that, huh?
Yeah.
And not like you're fighting or having to kill anyone, but more like just keeping your vibration very high.
Spiritual warrior.
Ah, very good. Very, very good. And is that why you come to the planet Earth? They know.
They said I like the rocks.
You like the rocks on the earth, and now go ahead and give you that message nice and clear.
Learn my vibration. I can change according to higher or lower and communicate.
And would they like you to raise your vibration more consistently so you can communicate with them more and now have a better understanding of what they're trying to tell you?